Bicolano, marahay na hapon sa Indugabos. Ang aming session for today was entitled The Value of a Story, Reading and Storytelling Advocacies for Communities. So surprisingly, nagulat ako na yung mga magpipresent today pare-parehong Bicolano. Ngayon ko lang nalaman na together with the three panel members, mga Bicolano din po sila. So, first, ako po yung magdi-discuss ng experiences ko sa Layunin ng Mapayapang Kaisipan. Kasama na rin yung mga volunteers. Then, after me, magdi-discuss na si Sir Lowel Solayao, Ma'am Jessica Ascaño, and Ma'am Kimberly Oraye. Ay, sorry. Sir Kimberly Oraye. Sorry. Okay. Basically po, i-discuss ko lang kung ano yung mga naging karanasan namin sa Layunin ng Mapayapang Kaisipan movement. Naniniwala kasi kami na we should never stop doing little things for others because sometimes those little things occupy the biggest part of their hearts. So, and aside from that, naniniwala po kami na kahit sa maliit na hakbang or kahit sa maliit na gawain, ang importante po ay makatulong tayo sa ating kapwa. Kung hindi nyo po mamasamain, ako po ay nanggaling sa malayong bayan ng Piudoran, Albay. So nakita ko yung kahirapan ng buhay doon. So isa siya sa mga nagbukas ng aking isipan para magtatag ng isang organisasyon na kung saan makakatulong sa mga mahihirap na komunidad at lalong-lalo na sa mga iba-ibang miyembro ng pangkat etniko sa Pilipinas o yung mga tinatawag na indigenous people of the Philippines. So ang layunin ng Mapayapang Kaisipan movement ay tinatag ko noong June 28, 2014. So nagsimula ang aming outreach program noong June 28, 2014 sa Pook, Daang Tubo, isang geographical area sa Barangay UP Campus, Quezon City. Matatagpuan siya sa loob ng UP Campus. So doon nagsimula yung tinatawag naming storytelling, and at the same time nagsagawa din kami ng gift giving at storytelling and gift giving lang pala. Together with my colleague, Mr. Lowel Rendilla, kagaya ko isa ring licensed librarian, isa siya sa mga nakatuwang ko para mas lalong mapagyabong ang mga iba-ibang programa ng Layunin ng Mapayapang Kaisipan movement. As can be seen in the picture, ako at si Mr. Rendilla. So, ang mission po ng Layunin ng Mapayapang Kaisipan movement is to improve the quality of life and educational outcomes of children belonging to poor communities and indigenous people group by providing development support and advocacy for children like conducting storytelling, reading program, tutorial, reading program, color art program. So, minsan nagsasagawa din kami ng balloon making program. Meron din kami yung origami making. Then, meron din kaming iba-ibang klase ng pag-aano ng arts. So, through abstracting, then coloring program, isinasagawa din po namin ito sa iba-ibang communities na binibisita namin. So, yung objectives po ng grupo namin, first, to promote literacy. Secondly, to promote the health and welfare of children. Thirdly, to promote the care and protection of children. Fourthly, to foster cooperation between parents and teachers in the training and guidance of children. To obtain the best for each child according to his or her physical, mental, social, and spiritual needs. And lastly, to confer and cooperate with concerned organizations which concern themselves with the care, protection, and training of children in the home, school, community, and with the proper education of adults to meet their responsibilities. Although hindi pa namin, itong lahat ng mga objectives na na-mention ko, hindi pa namin to na fully na, kumbaga na isasagawa. Pero in time, siguro, as we go further, unti-unti, lahat ng mga objectives na nilista ko, maisasakatuparan namin balang araw sa tulong ng mga iba-ibang sektor at ng mga taong may mabubuting kalooban. So, naniniwala din po kami na to make a difference in someone's life, you don't have to be brilliant, rich, beautiful, or perfect. You just have to care. You just have to care. Ayon po doon sa spirit science. So, kung meron po kayong pagmamahal sa ating kapwa, tingin ko po, isa kayo sa mga taong makakatulong sa amin para maisagawa hindi lamang yung storytelling, reading program, pati na rin yung feeding program. Next slide, please. So, sa mga talk ko kasi sa iba-ibang organizations, na-discuss ko na yung mga storytelling namin sa iba-ibang poor communities. So dito, ang i-discuss ko na lang yung mga experience namin sa pagpunta namin sa iba-ibang indigenous people of the Philippines. Like yung mga Aitas, Dumagats, tsaka yung mga Lumads. Kasi sa mga ibang communities like yung mga poor and urban communities, yung mga napuntahan namin like sa Quezon City, halos lahat ng mga geographical areas na sakop ng Barangay UP Campus, halos na puntahan na po namin. At in every outreach program po na isinasagawa namin, nagsasagawa kami doon ng storytelling, feeding program, at kung minsan naman po, may mga ini-inject kami na mga activity na like yung origami making, like yung reading program, tutorial, para naman po hindi mabore yung mga ano po namin, mga tawag nito, recipients. At para sa gayon din, hindi lang sila na para, kaya sila pupunta dahil lang sa feeding program o yung pagkain. So gusto din namin na aside from tutugunan yung ang kakulangan sa pagkain, kahit sa maliit na bagay, makatulong yung grupo namin, gusto rin namin yung mental na kaisipan ng isang bata, ma-enhance or hindi ko alam kung tamang sa pamamagitan ng pagsasagawa ng storytelling, tutorial at reading program. So sa Aita community po, nagsimula po kami noong July 23, 2016. So, pumunta kami sa Aitas Children's Home, Balay-Balay Resettlement, Castillejos, Zambales. So, sa lugar pong yon, meron siyang 200 children. At ang mga batang yon ay yung mga biktima ng Mount Pinatubo eruption. So, may nagsabi sa akin sa Facebook na nangangailangan nga ng support at outreach program yung kaya pinuntahan namin. So, nagsagawa kami ng storytelling noong July 23, 2016. And aside from that, nagsagawa din po kami sa Barangay Sapang Bato, Angeles City, Pampanga ng outreach program at meron din doon ng storytelling din noong September 10, 2016. Then it was followed by noong October 16, 2016 sa Aita community ng Barangay Villa, Maria Porac, Pampanga. Next po. Ayan po yung mga pictures ng mga Aita community. Next slide. Ayan po, nagsagawa kami ng storytelling and feeding program at gift giving. And then sa Villa Porac, Pampanga, nagsagawa din kami. So sa mga Dumagats naman po, noong November 30, 2016, pumunta kami sa isang Dumagat tribe sa Barangay Daraitan, Tanay, Rizal. So like sa other indigenous people communities, nagsagawa din kami ng storytelling. Then noong March 19, 2017, pumunta po kami sa Barrio Pantay, Barangay Calawis, Antipolo City, Rizal. Isa ring Dumagat tribe na naka-locate na ngayon sa Barangay Calawis, Antipolo City, Rizal. So nagsagawa din kami ng storytelling din po doon. So yan po yung mga photos namin na kinulad sa pagpunta namin doon. So kung familiar po kayo sa mga Lumads, yung sa Mindanao, pumunta po sila sa UP nung 3 years ago. So, nung nalaman po namin na pumunta ang Lumad sa UP, naisipan po ng grupo namin na magsagawa ng outreach program doon. So, nagkaroon po kami ng feeding program, storytelling program po sa mga bata. Then, nagkaroon din kami ng integration with them para mas lalo naming maintindihan kung ano yung mga problema ng mga Lumad. Next slide, please. So, ayan po yung mga pictures. So, various activities were being conducted to every community that LMK movement visited. So for the past 4 years po, nakapag-conduct na po kami ng 99 outreach program sa buong Pilipinas. Bali ngayong darating na June 29, 2019, we will be visiting a Dumagat community at Barangay Marcelino, General Nakar, Quezon. So, doon din po, nire-ready na namin yung mga gagawin naming storytelling sessions with the children of Dumagats community. So, ayun po yung mga pictures ng mga pagbisita namin sa iba-ibang community. So, inano ko lang din kung bakit important yung reading at bakit namin sa mga activities na isinasagawa namin sa layunin ng Mapayapang Kaisipan, but namin ini-inject yung reading program as well as storytelling. So naniniwala kasi sa kami na ang reading is important because words spoken or written are the building blocks of life. So secondly, reading is a vital skill in finding a good job. Thirdly, reading is important because it develops the mind of the children. Fourthly, it is how we discover new things, and then it was followed by reading develops the imagination of the children. Next slide, please. And in line with the above, reading develops the creative side of the people, specifically the children. So kung madidevelop po natin yung creativity or yung creative minds ng children, somehow balang araw po magiging mai-enhance yung tagong talino nila at skills para magamit sa hinaharap. So, naniniwala din kami na reading is fundamental in developing a good self-image. And good reading skills, especially in a phonics reading, improves yung tamang spelling din po. Okay, that's all. Our next presenter for this session is Mr. Kimberly Oraye.
Thank you, sir. Magayon na pagkaapon. Yes, in Bicol it means a beautiful afternoon. But we Bicolanos don't stop there. We say magayonon na pagkaapon, and it means it's a very beautiful afternoon. And yet, we Bicolanos, we don't stop there. We say magayonononon na pagkaapon. And every on, it means very. So you could just imagine, superlative kaming mga Bicolana, ano? And that also explain why we take our eating into the next level. Gusto namin laging may spice, may apoy. Just like the food spiced by the siling labuyo. Ayan. So, once again, magayon na hapon. And indeed, it is a very pleasant experience to be with you. Yes, all of you. Actually, mga idol ko kayo. Every one of you. Kanina, ang ganda ng transition namin. Yung Team Davao kanina, they talked about the mga maka-millennials sila, Ma'am Kay. Ano, Ma'am Kay? They talk about the millennials sila online. Tapos biglang naging structured library. Yung mga tao pumupunta sa library. And this time, eto si Sir Ross, he talked about naman, yung library na mismo yung pupunta sa inyo. But not in a way na may bahay-bahay, kundi as persons. He conducts reading programs, may storytelling sila. So feeling ko lang siguro the Philippines and its children are in good hands. Kasi andito tayo, all sorts, lahat na lang, basta may kinalaman sa literature, pinapasok natin internet, we have the public libraries, we have reading huts. Ngayon naman, yung tao na mismo yung pupunta sa mga bata. So the Philippines is in good hands. And I hope na hindi dito matatapos yung lahat. So let me share to you the value that we learn through the story Yung story ng mga buhay natin, the story of life. Because we, as community organizers, we would like to emphasize on the importance and challenges in developing general readership through reading centers and storytelling in different communities. So, yung mga hindi po kinakaya ng inaabot ng libraries, pasalamat tayo. Kanina yung Reading Club 2000, yes! Siya mismo nagbibigay, nagdo-donate, and ngayon naman, pag-usapan natin yung mga reading communities. Daming communities, hindi nyo lang po alam. Meron tayong sa urban, sa rural, mga far away. Merong upland, and I can attest to that. Isa akong teacher sa bundok. And we also have the coastal, mga teachers na it's either nasa islands or nasa dalampasigan. Ayan, si Sir Lowel for that. Sad news lang, it's a very bad news that Bicol region is amongst the regions in the Philippines which has the lowest literacy rate in the Philippines. Look at the numbers. Pasangawa, bagsak. But the good news is, that was 2008. That is basically 10 years ago. So, ang good news na naman, may good news na naman tayo. Literacy is the 4th sustainable development goal that the country needs to achieve in the next 12 years. But, may but na naman. Another sad news is that there is still work left to be done. Hindi pa tayo natatapos doon. Kasi yung 2%, sa 2% daw, kasi noong 2016, we were acclaimed to be one of the 4th most literate countries in Southeast Asia together with Brunei, Singapore, and Indonesia. Tumaas. That's a good story again. Tumaas siya ang literacy rate natin. Kaso may 2% daw doon na kailangan pang i-work out. Sino sila sa tingin nyo? Yes, yun po yung mga nasa communities namin. And these persons, these children, are sadly, they are those who are in need of literacy and education, which we thankfully address sa tulong hindi lang namin, kundi all of you in your very own ways. Now, we Bicolanos, alam nyo, kaming mga Bicolanos po, sanay na kami sa disaster. Di ba? And the howling winds of the typhoon, sinasapa kami niyan halos every month. The torrents of the flood, kasi malapit din kami sa dagat. And we are being also spitted in the face with the lava of Mayon volcano, the ferocious one. Sanay na kami dyan. And did we stop? No. So, why not stop in literacy? So, hindi po siya nagtatapos kami. Kumbaga, we Filipinos, as a whole, we are solution seekers. So we find solutions. We find ways. Because whenever you seek, you find, seek and you shall find. Ayan. So ito pong una ko introduce sa inyo. She is a woman, a principal of a certain elementary school in Pilar, Sorsogon. She has this one question in mind. Sabi niya, how can my pupils read if the persons or the parents that they have themselves don't know how to read? So, ang dami nating nakilala nag-storytelling. Pero siya, kakaiba yung question na, paano daw yung mga bata makakapagbasa kung yung parents mismo nila ay hindi marunong magbasa? So, the next slides will be about a very touching MMK. But let's find out, ano daw yung MMK? Ano kayang MMK sa buhay ni, palakpakan natin, Ma'am Jessica S. Ascaño.
Thank you very much, Sir Kim, for that very motivating introduction. Okay, again, maray na hapon po sa Induga Boss. I only have one request. Allow me to read in order to avoid forgetting. Okay. It takes a united village to educate an adult. Truly, we really need to tap stakeholders in implementing projects, lalo na po sa DepEd, na marami ang pangangailangan, pero kulang ng pondo. So, as a solution seeker to the challenge of low literacy rate. At the school level, we really find ways. BDO yun, di ba? Thus, after conducting the PhilErie, we found out that out of 251 assessed pupils, 52 of them are non-readers. In my school po. Then 166 frustration level, only 13 instructional level, and 20 independent level. So with this alarming result, I initiated an intervention which we call Project Aral. Adapt reading, acquire learning. Next slide, please. Adapt reading, acquire learning through 5 reading terminals. The alphabet knowledge, phonological awareness, 3rd is vocabulary terminal, 4th, fluency terminal, and comprehension terminal. The objectives are to improve the reading level or obtain 0 non-reader and develop the love for reading. That innovation was presented in a very creative manner, having different terminals with variety of vehicles as a twist, which makes reading fun and exciting. Kasi kung palaging nasa classroom, sawa na yung mga bata. So, kailangan ilagay na natin sila sa kakaiba naman na environment. So, Reading Terminal 1 was designed as airplane. Hanapin nyo na lang po dyan. Doon po sa Reading Terminals. As airplane which serve as the reading center for alphabet knowledge. The focus of this is on letter sounds, letter names, and the strokes on how to write the letters correctly. Halimbawa sa sounds, kapag nasasarapan kayo, anong sinasabi nyo? Okay. So that's the sound of letter M. And how do you write letter M? Sige nga, teacher ako. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the stroke. The next reading terminal is a ship-like, which is intended for phonological awareness. Its focus is on initial, final, medial sounds, word families, rhyming words, blends, digraphs, and diphthongs. The aforementioned reading terminals focused on those non-reader pupils from grades 3 to 6. Then the remaining 3 terminals were allotted for the story read aloud. So, meron pong kwento na nagagamitin para dito sa 3 terminals wherein sa be unlocked. So, i-unlock po doon sa reading terminal 3, which is the vocabulary terminal. Then, pagdating doon sa terminal 4, the fluency terminal, doon babasahin properly with proper intonation and expression. Halimbawa, padamdam. Siyempre, hindi naman sasabihin na sunog. Siyempre, sasabihin mo, sunog! So, ganun mo i-model sa mga bata. Sa fluency po yun, kung paano basahin yung story. Pero there is only one story na binabasa ng teacher. Then, doon sa reading terminal, it is designed like a spaceship. The focus is to develop the ability to process text, understand its meaning, and to integrate with what the reader already knows. And it is an individual's ability to comprehend text and is influenced by their skills and their ability to process information. We consider here the HATS question or the higher order thinking skills. Yung pasunod-sunod baga. What, when, where, why, then the application, etc. So, after the implementation, meron pa pala kami isa pa. Kung may cart yung NLP, meron din kaming butirik. Kasi yung mga instructional and independent, marunong na sila magbasa. Meron din kaming anchored library. Nakaangkla lang siya. Hindi siya kagayad ng mobile na umiikot sa paaralan. So, after the implementation, marami pa kaming innovation na ginawa para lahat makater. Hindi lang yung non-reader, frustration, independent, and instructional. Then, after the implementation, we really see the impact when we conduct the post-test for PhilErie, which resulted to 0 non-reader. Makikita natin sa sunod na slide. While there are still 15 pupils under frustration level, in 1 year po yan talagang yung lahat sa community, natap ko po yung mga teachers, yung mga parent leaders ng 4Ps, yung mga HRPTA, kasi kailangan, kapag lumabas yung teacher, may matitira sa loob ng classroom. Kailangan kasi naming seryosohin para may impact talaga. Then, there are still 15 pupils under frustration level, and I am asking why meron pang natira. 15 pupils pa. Then, we conducted a survey kasi may narinig ako na yung iba daw hindi marunong magbasa. O di siyempre dapat patunayan. Then, napatunayan namin na out of 15, there are 3 parents na hindi marunong magbasa and yung 12 slow readers. So, what can you give what you do not have? So, kailangan ng intervention. So, after a year, gumawa ulit kami, nag-conceptualize kami, and yun na yung sinasabi ni Sir na ABL, MMK. O, yan yung mga activities. And next slide, please. Ay, kulang pala. ABL, MMK. Adult Basic Literacy through mga magurang magbarasa kita. Ibig sabihin ng mga magurang magbarasa kita, dear parents, let us read. Or, mga magulang, magbasa tayo. Okay, conceptualized in 2016, initiated in 2017, and implemented during summer of 2017. May gap, di ba? So, gumawa na kami, nag-conceptualize na kami ng 2016. In-apply sana namin ng July, every Saturday. Kaya lang, yung mga parents na naimbitahan namin, hindi sila pumupunta. Kasi, takot sila mabuli. At saka, basta ayaw nila. Na-frustrate po kami. Comes February, nang pumunta yung 4Ps link, sabi ko, pwede ba ako mag-request sa'yo? Sabi niya, ano ba yun? Bakit ang maging partner? Kasi alam ko, kapag yung 4Ps ang nag-check ng attendance, takot sila. Kasi mababawasan sila ng 500 pesos. So yun, nag-partner. Comes April, and that's the pilot testing. Pero before that, nag-train po kami ng mga 4Ps leaders kasi hindi kakayanin ng mga teachers. So, tsaka hindi pwedeng, yung mga yung mga volunteer teachers lang. Merong mga teachers na ayaw mag-volunteer, okay lang. So, nag-train kami ng mga 4Ps leaders na, college graduate din. So, tinap namin yon, nag-train sa kanila. Sila na din ang nagturo doon sa mga parents kasi nahihiya doon sa mga totoong teacher. Kaya doon sa mga parents, mas at ease sila. So, kaya nag-implement kami nito ng April 2017. The objectives of this is to serve as an intervention whose focus was basic reading and writing skill in order to build parents' confidence as literate members of the society and to have engaged themselves in helping their school children with the same literacy gap. So, pagkatapos noon, nakakapagturo na sila sa kanilang mga anak, and meron kaming isang, na siya talaga yung hindi marunong magsulat. Dati, kapag nag-PTA meeting kami, sabi niya, hindi ko nababasa, madam. Pwede hindi na lang ako sign. Unong nakapag-aral na siya, asa na yung, natin, attendance. So, nagkaroon siya ng self-confidence. So, meron po kaming 3 levels para dito. Level 1, we use Marongko approach. Ganon din. Sound, names, and strokes. Then, level 2, yung fuller approach, yung initial, middle, final, blends, diphthongs, etc. Then, sa level 3, yung story read aloud. Pero lahat ito, nabibigay kami ng story. Halimbawa, sa letter I, an igloo, ganon. So, lahat may story siya. So, just to share to you our best practices in school, let's have a short video presentation po. Maliban doon sa 2 innovation na ginawa namin, meron pang 2 pa. Pero kasabay na dyan. Kaya lang, nakakahiya. Ako ang pinag-uusapan dyan.
Food is essential to humans. Without it, we cannot survive. Knowing this by heart, Principal Jessica Ascaño found her way to serve her community by offering food for the body, for the mind, and for the spirit of her newly found family. Principal Jessica Ascaño was transferred from Inapugan Elementary School, located near the coast, to Calongay Elementary School, near the town proper. Having been into a new environment, she encountered challenges at Calongay Elementary School, one of which was the alarming pretest PILF results year 2015 to 2016. Out of the assessed 251 pupils, 52 were identified non-readers, and 166 were under frustration level. She turned these challenges into opportunities by providing necessary recipe for the food for the hungry minds. She called this recipe Project Aral, Adapt Reading, Acquire Learning. She has food for the mind through this project and also conceptualized food for the body through Project Feed, food, energy, empathy towards development. With the aim to top stakeholder support in school-based feeding, the Project Feed tapped alumni, parents, people's organizations, and other generous individuals. The number of wasted and severely wasted pupils decreased in year, but she saw the need to tap more to increase community involvement and promote culture of sharing among the community members. Another project was conceptualized in 2016 and initiated in 2017. Project ABL MMK Adult Basic Literacy Mga Magurang Magbara sa Kita, implemented in the same year in partnership with DSWD through the group leaders of 4Ps. The nature of this project, being a short-term course held in summer, was to serve as an intervention whose focus was basic reading and writing skills in order to build parents' confidence as literate members of the society. Aside from being an offshoot of the Project Aral, Madam Jessica partnered with DSWD Pilar, which identified Barangay Calongay as one of the barangays in Pilar, Sorsogon with literacy gap. With her utmost dedication and sincerity, together with the stakeholders of the community, teachers, parent volunteers, and the support of the barangay local government, this project was started. She has never stopped giving healthy recipes for the community. Madam Jessica has even catered food to support her Project Feed through Project LSBT, Lata Sako Balding Tanuman, that encourage Calongay parents located along the road to plant vegetables. Project Lingap, lifting up indigent groups to address poverty. She even extended her help to the parents of marginalized children of her residents. She does these activities because of her resolve to serve God and people. She believes that she needs to do what is needed, right, and necessary for Calongay, Pilar, Sorsogon.
Ayaw na. Okay, ang batang nababasahan ng kwento ay mas mabait. Thank you very much and God bless us.
Thank you, Ma'am Jessica. Ang batang nababasahan ng kwento ay mas mabait. Ayan, tingnan nga natin yung isa. Pero ang mga magulang na nakakabasa ay mas nakakapaggabay. Ay, sige, sige. Ayan, so kanina nabanggit ni Ma'am Jessica yung tungkol sa MMK. And speaking of MMK, lusot ko na ha. Bukas, Sabado, I think you should watch MMK. Bakit? Yung totoong MMK sa ABS-CBN. Kasama namin doon yung isa ding fellow nating advocate sa literacy and sa education. Sa kanya naman ay Basa Balsa. So, dati, ano yan, library, pinupuntan sa city, yung library ni Sir Reading Club 2000, Malita Barong-Barong, tapos sa community naman, this time sa MMK, bukas, Basa Balsa. Ano ang Basa Balsa? Yung balsa, ginawang mobile library. Tapos, hindi lang sila anchored sa land, kundi sila mismo ay nasa dagat, nasa tubig sila. So, lahat ng elements, Ayan. So, ganyan kagaling sa Pilipinas. Ano man ang iba to sa atin, wala tayong hindi kayang solusyonan. We find ways. And this time naman, I'll be talking about art and heart. Meaningful stories make meaningful learning. Add art and then add heart. And so alam nyo ba that children who read more stories have more empathy? Ibig sabihin, mas nakaka-relate sila. They tend to be more generous, more honest, more trustworthy, and lahat pa ng mga positive values. Kasi naman, sa mga stories natin, children's literature natin, wala namang protagonist doon na nagmumura. Or wala ka naman makitang bida sa kwento na masama. So that's why, sabi nila, children daw who read are more emphatic. Ayan. But the problem with us is that, to us, especially in the community of the Upland, in Ginobatan, in Albay, nakakalungkot lamang po na kahit ang dami namin na-receive ng mga donations, ang mga stories dito is in English dialect. So, do they understand? Siguro through pictures na lang. And kung makakapagbili naman kami, mahal din naman yung mga storybooks natin, even the Adarna. So, one solution na naisip namin is, if we can find one or buy one, why not make one? So, yours truly, together with the help of other teachers, we have invented and authored some of these contextualized and localized learning materials kung saan sa children's stories na to, we talk about several topics yan, kagaya si alaga kong yopa. So, bakit yopa? Kasi pag binaliktad, apoy. Just in time for the Fire Prevention Month last April. And we also have in Ginobatan, the last general to surrender in the American regime, si General Simeon Ola. So, yan, ginawan din namin ang kwento. Simeon at balik tanaw ni Simeon at ni Sagasa. And during the Teacher's Day, the World Teacher's Day celebration, we also authored this simple story. Ayoko na sa aking teacher. So bakit? Let's find out. Joke lang. And aside from that, we did not stop in just writing. Ano ba naman ang silbi ng pagsulat kung hindi mo to i-share? So, we also conducted several reading sessions, just like na mga ginagawa nila Sir Ross and others, who painstakingly and even coming from our own expenses basta makashare lang kami. So, sana wag tayo magalit sa mga teacher kung sila yung nagpo-post na nasa CR na sila nagpa-faculty room. Totoo po talaga yan. Ang nakakatuwa sa reading is lagi siyang may kasabay. Pansin niyo yung mga sa public libraries natin. They're not just about reading stories. Meron na silang mga health, meron silang mga pa-workshop sa mga moms, sa mga children. Sa amin, we also incorporate art. So, nakakatuwa talaga sa reading. Hindi lang siya basta-basta reading. Even si ma'am, meron pa siyang pakain. Sana madam, next time. And so sa amin naman, we also utilize God's talent. Very thankful kami that we are talented, or in some ways, marami sa aming mga talented na tumutulong. That's why we also conduct summer art workshop. Ayan. So we also believe that at a young age, when a person is pinipiga na yung kanyang creativity, he or she tends to be more self-aware at mas buo ang kanyang self-identity. And aside from that tayo, di ba, kapag tayo we create art, nakaka-relax din tayo. So, nakaka-relax din sa atin. So, it's also a kind of a therapy, which we believe that in children, it boosts their confidence. So, art. How about heart? And when we add heart, ang aming mga ginagawa po, napaka-selfish naman namin kung hindi namin siya i-share. So, through Project Share, S-H-A-R-E, na-extend namin ng aming blessings, even to the far island of Masbate. They also adopted our stories and even our storytelling sessions and workshops. And nakakatuwa po kapag nag-share tayo. Ayan. So, creativity developed at a young age leads to a stronger self-identity. So, sa akin, add art and add heart. But, katiting pa lamang yon because the bigger picture is about to be unraveled to us by the next presenter who is also a teacher and a Dangal ng Bayan awardee. Congrats, sir. And soon to be finalist din siya sa isa pang award, but he keeps it to himself because of the belief that guide and lead so others may reach their dreams and aspirations. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you a coastal reading advocate, Mr. Lowel Andrian M. Solayao.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Hi. Okay. Gising pa. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, National Book Development Board, sa opportunity to share. Nais namin i-share yung story namin and story ng communities namin. And we'll be also sharing yung value ng story from their perspective. Ayan. Bakit sa coastal? Present namin siya through a picture. Doon po, na-start namin ang Pilar Reading Center in Pilar, Sorsogon. Tawag namin yung una, na-start po ito 2010. College student pa po ako. Na-start to cater doon po sa mga nakatira sa Tulay. So, tawag namin doon Tulay Community. So, sa isang linya na yon 18 families. Okay? 18 families. Then, ang isang pamilya, ang malaking population, 8 ang anak. Okay. Then, doon nag-start sa Tulay Community yung audience namin. 2010, meron kaming tatlong mga batang binabasahan. It started as storytelling. Since college student pa po ako, hindi ko pa ganun alam kung gaano yung value ng story. Alam ko lang, magbabasa ako, then I share. That's what I knew. Then later on, napansin na namin, every Saturday, every time na available, nagpupuntahan sila. Tara, punta tayo doon, mabasa kay Kuya Dre. Then, till ngayon, good news, yung 2010 na 3 nagsimula, ngayon po ay incoming second year college na. At volunteer teachers na din po namin dyan sa atin pong advocacy. Kung napapansin nyo po, isa ito sa mga bata, isa sa mga volunteers namin na parents na nag-a-attend din every Saturday. We cater storytelling services every Saturday and holiday. Since I am a teacher po, nakapasok ako sa DepEd 2013. Pero we started po this advocacy since when I was college, 2010. At ito po, yan, storytelling at Albay. Ito naman po mga volunteers, high school volunteers. Ang background niya talagang may dagat. At ito naman po, one of the activities to engage the readers. Lalo na po, ang highlight namin, since ako po, pagbakasyon, di ba, teacher? Pagbakasyon, yung reading camp. Okay, yung tinatawag nating summer slide. And then, yung umattend sa reading camp, yun, plus the regular attendees ng aming reading session, storytelling session, yun yung amin pong minomonitor. To the help of the parents. And ito, isa sa mga 2016 reading camp. Siya po yung unang batang aming napagkwentuhan. Then yung batang nakwentuhan, na-engage, na-suportahan ng magulang, siya na ngayon ay kasama namin sa aming pagkukwento. And till, yun po, yung 4th reading camp. Ito naman po, nung bumisita kami sa isang malayong lugar, pumupunta kami sa mga bundok. Kasi gusto namin, kung anong natutunan namin dito sa mga bata nun, i-share din namin. Kasi yung mga kasama namin nung college, co-teachers, friends, sila naman yung mga nagdo-donate ng mga supplies na binibigay naman natin sa mga bata. Then, yon. And then here. Next. Okay. We came because we simply wanted to help others to be educated. Nung college po ako, 2010, since time immemorial, isa pa lang po ang college grad sa community na yan. That's very alarming. Kung hindi matulungan ang bawat pamilya, ma-change yung poverty mindset, ay tama na, hindi ko na pa high school, trabaho na sila. Since PRC began. Then after engaging the parents, starting with the children, suportahan po natin sila, papasukin po natin sila. Then, through the help of the friends, 2010, isa. 2011, may 2 na. Then, yung 2014, nadagdagan na. And, nagpapasalamat kami sa Diyos at sa community na tumutulong and also for the friends na naniniwala at sumusuporta sa aming advokasya. Numbers multiplied, and who are we to deny them? Teaching reading became our advocacy. Ako po ay isang science teacher. Then, isa sa mga tinatanong sila, bakit science teacher ka tapos ina-advocate mo yung reading? Sabi ko naman, reading is the foundation of wisdom. Lahat ng subjects, you need reading. And ako po ay nagtuturo sa senior high school. But, sabi ko naman, ang basic doon sa mga bata. You guide them throughout. But it did not end there. With just books and pencils, we discovered how learning can be more interesting. Ito naman po, dahil ang goal namin, matulungan yung community na yon. Tawag namin sa Barangay Banuyo, Pilar, Sorsogon, Tulay Community. Ito po, ang good news is, di ba may isa before 2010, isang college grad. And kasama namin yung volunteer, nag-conduct din po kasi kami ng college entrance review sessions. Doon sa mga, lalo na sa mga walang kakayahang magbayad. Then, doon kami nagsimula, tinutukan namin yung community na yon. And 2014, with that Tulay community, nagkaroon kami ng DOST Scholar. And, blessing na ngayon, through the help na din ng Reading Center, hindi lang Reading Center, naging Review Center, sila yung tumutulong sa atin na mag every Saturday, na mag-teach, mag-storytell. And yung session na po yun, nag-start kami 2014 for the first batch. And ngayon, yung last katatapos, September, may 2 tayong natulungan. We don't brag it, but yung 2 na yon ay nagsilbing inspirasyon na isang BS Ed Math at isang BE Ed. Yan. Meron pa. Meron pa. Ito naman, sa reading camp, ito po, to engage ma-invite yung partners natin to support our advocacy. Ito po yung second free let review. Ito naman yung store, to invite high school students, we conducted writing competitions. Ito naman, mga student na bumibisita, may play. And then we engage moms. Alam niyo po kung bakit? Kasi pag na-engage mo yung mothers, sila kasi yung considered the first teachers. Pag na-guide na yung confidence, tulad ng sinasabi sa MMK, ay sila ang susuporta. So, through the help, na-engage din natin sila, sinare din natin sa kanila yung read aloud, yung di ba? Yung sa, habang babasahin natin kahit, diba, buntis, then baby, then yun, we integrated activities for the mind, body. Yeah. Next. A lot of hands offered to help us with our advocacy. Now, our family keeps getting bigger and hearts happier. Most importantly, the kids grow smarter and our future brighter. Ayan. Ito na po yung amin. Di ba tulay kami? Dahil sa bagyong Nona noong 2016, 2015, lumipat kami kasi yung books namin doon na store, na nakip, ginagamit ng mga bata, baka mahulog lang sa dagat. So, lumipat na kami. Yan, sa ilalim po niyan, dagat. And then, ito naman yung mga supporters natin, mga friends. Ito naman yung katatapos pa lang na reading camp just this summer. And, yan. At ito naman, we were privileged na nabisita kami ng isang artista. Pag may artista, dinudumog. Kaya, nagdalawa kaming venue. Yung isa for, yung, baka kasi dumugin kami, mahulog siya sa dagat. Kaya sineparate namin ng venue. Isa dito, isa naman dito. And then, we would like also to share isa sa mga activities ng Pilar Reading Center, yung video presentation. Kakatapos lang. Ang tema namin, kasi yung communities natin, sinasabi natin marginalized, kailangan ma-change yung mindset. So, every kid, a reader, a learner, and a saver. Financial literacy. Let's watch. So, nakipartner kami sa Calongay Elementary School with the principal. with volunteers coming from other provinces of Bicol. That's Ma'am Jessica. She's with us. That's me. We have guest storyteller. High school volunteers. We invited also GSA, I've heard, isang cooperative for Aflatun savings. And also science lecture about ATM. Ano ang nangyari at lumalabas yung pera? Diba? Lahat sila nakanganganapin sa inyo. Masaya sila. Ayan po, we had partners from Sorsogon City, a private school. Ayan yung president namin, second year college. Siya po yung unang, isa sa tatlo. Hi, Klo. Ayan, nung namimigay na po kami ng certificate. Ayan. Yung mga volunteers natin. Yung ibang volunteers po natin dyan, teacher sa reading camp, yung na-review natin sa left. Ayan, yung mga bata. Ayan, may save game, integration ng savings sa... And then, yan. Mga sponsors, gusto namin pasalamatan through this video. Ayan. Thank you po. Salamat. Ngayon po, yung PRC as yung advocate ng storytelling, mas na-improve kami. Kami, sina Chloe, yung makasama namin, to the help, kung kilala nyo po si Kuya Ray, mas na-inspire kami, mas ginabayan kami paano ang proper, ano ang tama, anong dapat gawin. At ito po, ang aking nababasahan kiistorya, mas may pagmakulog sa kinaban. That's because, I'll translate, ang batang nababasahan ng kwento ay may mas malasakit sa isa't isa. SCBM. Mas may malasakit sila. Kasi sabi ni Kuya Ray, may I quote, na ang batang nababasahan, peacemaker. Kasi sa isang storya, merong conflict resolution. May laging solusyon. Kaya ang batang nababasahan, peacemaker. And sa akin naman, ang batang nababasahan, no matter what, mai-encourage siya magbasa. So storytelling and reading, lagi silang magkakabit. Let's read between the lines of everyday life, rewrite someone's story, turn it into a better one in our own time, in our own ways, places in our own ways. Ways talaga. Salamaton, sabi ni Kuya, salamatunon sa amin. So, salamatunon, Diyos mabalos. Thank you, Godspeed. The most important one. Now, for inquiries, donations, pwede nyo pong i-visit yung aming, para sa updated, meron po kaming page, Pilar Reading Center. You can like, share, and PM. And also, may isa din na nag-donate sa amin, na nakita yung pinaglalaban namin, nag-donate po siya, nag-sponsor siya ng isang website para sa amin. Maraming salamat po. And so, pakikontak na lang po, Mr. Lowel M. Solayao. Ganyan talaga kami mga teachers. Minsan, kinakapalan na lang namin doon yung mukha namin so that we can give, whether or not we have, sabi nila, you can't give what you don't have. Pero kami or tayo, we give kahit wala tayo. Sige lang na sige. Ayan. So, please do contact Mr. Lowel M. Solayao.
Ayan, but to leave you a parting message before we totally go out of this session hall. Alam niyo po, siguro mahirap maging writer sa PILF, siguro napakahirap maging part sa mga book clubs, mahirap i-perfect ang grammar, mahirap din ang pag-conceptualize ng story. Pero as a person, hindi natin maging kagaya ni Iron Man, hindi natin kailangan maging Avenger or kung sino man. We can just be simply ourselves. Because if it's difficult to be a writer, it is way easier to be a hero. So, sige, paglabas natin. Let's be a hero in our own ways. Hindi mo na kailangan pumunta kung saan man. We can start in your own places. So that would be all. Maraming salamat po and Diyos mabalos. Ay, questions. Ayan. So, if any questions po, we would like to entertain questions. Nakinig kong question. Sir, may I go out? Sige. Silence means yes. Okay, so with that, I give the floor to our NBDB facilitators. Once again, to all a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you to our speakers, Ms. Jessica Ascaño, Sir Ross Bachiller, Mr. Kimberly Oraye, and Mr. Lowel Andrian M. Solayao. So this ends our sessions for today. Tomorrow, registration starts at 8 a.m. and sessions start at 9 a.m. as well. And then, if you have already filled out your evaluation forms, you can claim your certificates at the back with CESNA. Thank you.